Hello there, it's Albert. Good afternoon. Sandor, you there?
Yes, I am.
There you go. How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you.
Glad
Good
to see you
afternoon.
made this one. I noticed you on two other ones you couldn't make it.
It's been a busy day.
That's all right. So you can hear me now, right? Now, hold on a second. I'm going to see if these slides are going to change. Okay. Okay, you see my blue screen there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the slide's changing?
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, we got about another minute and a half to go. We're only expecting about 4 or 5 on the call. Where are you calling from, Sandor?
Miami, Florida.
Oh, boy, that's nice. Nicer than Pennsylvania, Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
The president's in town today, and Biden's coming tomorrow.
Yeah, I just read that the president is there. God bless him.
Yeah, he needs help. That's all I'll say. Okay, we're going to give them 1 more minute, Sandor, and then we're going to start.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to record this too, so if they join late, I could send them the whole program.
Yeah, that's good to have.
Sandor, what brand are you with? What kind of brokerage?
I'm with One Stop Realty.
What's it called?
One Stop Realty.
One Stop Realty. Okay. Is that a big organization?
Oh, we have about 150 associates altogether.
Wow, that's
we
nice.
have we have three offices.
All right. So remember, put this in the back of your head. If you subscribe to Home Actions and we get some kind of Zoom, demo like we're doing here,
Yep.
you start earning 2, 3, 4, 6, 10 free months of service.
That's good.
Okay. So just keep that in the back of your head. If you're a good salesman, after you get set up with this, if you fall in love with it and you take us to your broker or marketing director or whatever, and they let us do a Zoom for all your agents, you score points every time somebody signs up.
That's good.
Okay.
Great.
So keep that in the back of your head. So let's get going here. So we all know, Sandor, that real estate is a numbers game, right? The better your numbers can be, the more money you're going to get put in your pocket. So what we want to do is help you get more relationships. We want to help you want to nurture those relationships. We want you to build allegiance with your readers, right? Your clients, prospects, and friends, because that's how we improve the numbers. So at the end of the day, what we want you to do is have a communications plan with everybody in your sphere of influence. And the definition of a sphere of influence for me is everybody you have an email address for, okay? I don't care if you're pigeonholing them into one part of town versus the other, but everybody that you have an email address for, we now have something good to do with it. It's something that's going to hold you, good stead down the road. So we want you to be able to jump on opportunities, but if you don't have a clean database, that's going to be hard to do. So when we ask agents, every time we do a demo, we ask agents, why can't you do the best possible job of staying in touch? And when they come back and they say, Al, I have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I don't have everything. So what we've got now is this 5-pronged approach. And Sandor, I've been doing this for 19 years. 19 years ago, I built the first ever electronic newsletter for agents, and I've been stuck in that business ever since. This is all I do, is help agents differentiate themselves. So we do that by building them a brand new database on day one. Sandor, I imagine you're like everybody else. You've got contacts all over the place, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but they're not in one place. So what we do is we go and we'll log into all those places where you have emails, Gmail, your MLS, your iCloud, top producer, everywhere, Hotmail, AOL, whatever, and export the contacts, clean them all up, show you which ones are bad, show you which ones are good, and then you get to scrub the ones that are good and put them right in the pipeline. Once they're in the pipeline, we nurture them every 2 weeks with good content. Are you in somebody's newsletter, Sandor? Have you seen our newsletter before?
No, not really.
Okay. Well, we'll show you a couple examples soon. So we're going to nurture it, and we're going to give you intelligence on what's going on inside of your database, who's warming up for a transaction, and finally protecting your database. What we mean by that is once we put your email addresses in the system, no other agent anywhere in the country can attack your database with their home actions. So your clients, prospects, and friends will only ever see this from you. Again, these are the places where we can go and grab all your contacts, these and others, okay? Agents don't know how to do this, and if they did know how to do it, they probably have it done, but 9 out of 10 agents don't have that clean database. And we build one for you on day one. So what you need today, tomorrow, and the next day, and yesterday was conversation starters, a reason to talk to these clients, these prospects, these friends, because everything that happens inside the newsletter is tracked. So we start out as a newsletter, but end up as a conversation starter. And Sandor, I'm not going to tell you, we don't mention the word hot leads around here. We don't sell hot leads. Yeah, some of them are hot, but that's okay. But what we really stress is conversation starters and the ability to stay in touch with people because you know what they're getting, when they're getting it, you know it's good content, and it's helping you strengthen your ties and your relationships because it's all usable content. What I'm sure you've seen over the years, what they call real estate newsletters. This is home ownership. This is not real estate. And what we mean by that is a real estate newsletter that you might have or might see would have chicken pot pie recipes in it, moving day tips, 10 things your home inspector won't tell you. That's not needed by a majority of your sphere. This stuff is, okay? And we have what we call predictive articles. And this article right here, Sandor, is a predictive article. We put this in about every 2 months. And literally 7 out of 10 homeowning families that you know right now have no idea how much equity they have in their home. They know it's good, but they don't know how much. So in their mind, they're not going to put their house on the market, which means you're not going to get the deal until somebody tells them how much money they can get out of the house. So that's what we want you to do is stay with them, do a CMA, find out how much money's left on the mortgage, all this stuff you've done before, and arrive at a number for them. Then they're going to appreciate it. And because you've been dripping on them now every 2 weeks, they know who they're going to call if they actually want to post their house. Any questions yet, Sandor?
No.
Okay, so we're going to drive traffic back to your CMA request page or your contact page. We come up with this a couple of weeks ago. This is the small business showcase. The agent gives us a bunch of small businesses in the area that he wants to promote because we're all trying to help small businesses get back on their feet after the virus. And down in Florida, you're really helping them or trying to help them because you've got a majority of the state, having problems down there. So the idea here is to score points for the agent, public relations points, because they actually care about downtown, small town America. And they do this by showing it in their newsletter. Now, this newsletter goes out to 1,800 of Tom's friends. Every 2 weeks, he obviously changes the small businesses. But he's getting a hearing from friends saying, hey, Tom, thank you. That was nice to do. Well, he didn't do that. We did it, right? It just looks like him. So we really portray you as a homeowner advocate and somebody that cares. Now, back to our content, Sandor. This is our most widely clicked article. What's sold down the street, when, and for how much? Are you familiar with what RPR is?
Yes.
Okay, so we go into RPR every 2 weeks for you, and we pull out these reports and we put them right on the newsletter. And Sandor, when somebody clicks this sold article, when they click that sold sign, you're going to get a text and an email. And you're going to say, why do I care? Well, because 40% of the people that click on that kind of content are warming up for a transaction. So we want you in front of them every 2 weeks. And as they need help, they reach out to you. If they don't need any help, you know that what they're getting, when they're getting it, and how they're getting it. Let me see if anybody else chimed in here recently. No? That's good. I didn't hear. I thought I heard a doorbell. Did you hear a doorbell?
Oh, that was my other computer.
Oh, okay. All right. Because sometimes people wait in the lobby here for these things. Let me close this off. Okay, so here's what we do. We put your RPR reports behind these blue buttons. And as soon as somebody clicks them, you know who it is, right? Because they're in your database. So follow up with a phone call or an email. Now, the content that we deliver is actionable. It's hyper local. It's got to be about them. It's not really about you. You just help them manage the home they have now. And when they're ready to move to another one, we think they're going to call you because you've been taking care of them. So this is the kind of content that my editors write every 2 weeks, 6, 7, 8 articles burned into the newsletter. And then you can make sure that nobody else is going to be able to get a newsletter. No one else in your database will get a newsletter from another agent because we have this policy on email exclusivity. We also have a social media game plan with about 1,200 articles. You can jack these articles into your social media probably in about 8 or 10 seconds. So in 2-3 minutes a day, you could have all your social marketing done. Are you putting stuff on Facebook every day, Sandor?
Not really, not every day.
Okay, well, we've got the ability for you to do it in 2 minutes. Just throw 2 or 3 articles a day on there, and they're all branded to you. Okay? Now, we all know that agents need to focus on the segment of their database that's warming up, right? So we're going to tell you who's warming up, and we're going to show you some artificial intelligence pretty soon. But this first stage of warming up is because of the articles that they're clicking in Home Actions. And you only click on certain articles because you're interested in that topic. So when you click on, is it a good time for me to sell my home? Well, it's always a good time to sell, right? But they clicked and opened up that article. So after your newsletter goes out the door, Sandor, we track it. We're gonna call you. In fact, I will be calling you after your first launch goes out, and I'll say, open up this report. And when you open up all these reports, we're going to show you who's warming up, who's clicking on our predictive content. So what I mean by that is, well, first off, for this agent, we sent out 1,336 emails, 615 open uniques. What I'm going to tell you is half the people open your newsletter multiple times. And you'd say, well, how do they do that? Well, they have to keep your name and your subject line in their inbox. And as they go up and down email 500 times a day like you and I do, well, you know what? Your name and your subject line is stuck there. Impression, 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 impression. Okay? Any questions yet?
No, that's fine.
Okay, here's another one. Tell me what articles Home Actions put in my newsletter that, resonated well with my readers and who clicked on those articles. So here's in that middle red arrow there, you'll see 28 people wanted to know what sold down the street. Well, it just so happens that we know who clicked the articles, and 40% of them are people you might know. So you follow up with a phone call or an email because there's something going on in their life. They may not tell you, but they're going to ask you some questions about the market or, what's the days on market around here? As soon as they ask that question, they're thinking about selling. Okay. So this next one, Zillow. Well, these are the reasons why your friends, your prospects, your clients run to Zillow and never come back to your website. Okay. It's called agent defection. So why do they go to Zillow? For all this information here on the right. So what did we do? We built a widget, which is an article in every newsletter, Sandor, and it allows your reader to pull up any address in the country. Now, how many addresses do you think we have in this system here? Sandor?
Wow.
Lots. How many lots? Give me a number.
Well, I don't know. It's showing there covers
On the
150
screen.
million.
See it on the screen here?
Yeah.
150 million. So this widget allows any of your readers to pull up deep, deep data on any address in the country or any neighborhood around any address, okay? So watch what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go and pull up a report on this house here. I think it's this house. So I'm going to go new share, and we're going to go find that report. As you can see, I'm very, very organized. Come on, where's our report here? I've got one here brewing somewhere. Hold on. Maybe I don't. I thought I had a report here. I'll send you one in the mail, Sandor.
Okay.
But it's a really, really cool report on income levels in the neighborhood, demographics, restaurants, places to, buy the kids or places to get your dogs, veterinarian services. Everything that's going on in every neighborhood, 3 or 4 mile radius from any address anywhere in the country. It's a super cool report, and I don't know why. Let me find it one more time here. Hold on. Man. I'm sorry about that, Sandor, but I thought I had that report here, but
All right.
it's somewhere. I'll send you one. So let's go back to our, so now we also have the neighborhood navigator. We're on that page. You can see that page, Sandor?
Yes.
Okay, that's a AVM. Tell me what my house is worth. Automated valuation model. So what we do is we give them a range of the property value. And of course, you get a text or an email to tell you who pulled up what address and why they want the report. They have to tell us why they want this report. You see this immediately, right? So if somebody says to you, hey, Sandor, I'm thinking about selling my house. Tell me what my house is worth. We already did it. You just got to follow up with them and refine that value range, right? To get a succinct number as to what their house is worth. So again, people are reaching out, they're longing for this information, and they can only get it from you because they can't see this page on another agent, okay? They're not going to get another agent's newsletter. So in summation, we know what to send, we know when to send it, we know how to send it. We do everything for you, Sandor, because frankly, you're not doing it now. Maybe you are, I don't know. But the idea here is we're now going to take the agent's marketing needs and we're going to apply some artificial intelligence. You've heard that several times over the last year, right? Artificial intelligence?
Yes, a lot.
Well, I know a little bit about it. My programmers know a lot about it. So what we have is this new service, which is built into HomeActions. It's called Lead Scoring 360. So you probably remember the days of going to the newspaper and seeing who got divorced, who died, who had a baby, right?
Mhm.
Those change of life things, right?
Yeah.
Because you could jump on an opportunity. Well, that's a nice idea, but you can't scale it. So we're scaling it for you. We're going to take all the email addresses in your HomeActions database, or I'm going to take the first 100 and we're going to give it to you for free, called this lead scoring. So what we do every morning at 3:30 is we take all the email addresses in your database and we blast them up against 1,000 different predictive databases. And that means the email address was used on a website, was found in a database, was found on government spending sites, was found here, 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 and here. And the artificial intelligence says if Mrs. Jones was all over these places with this email address, she is 70% assured of buying a house in the next 3 to 6 months. And how do we know that, Sandor? Is we've gone back in time and saw people who bought houses, and we went back in time and we said, well, what websites were they on? Okay, so we have a database of people who have a dumpster in their driveway. Somebody just bought 2 SUVs. Now, if somebody bought 2 SUVs this month, Sandor, what would that tell you?
Well, for one thing, they must have money.
Yeah, they got some money, either good or bad. Somebody died, maybe they got a new job, maybe they have to move. But we're tracking all this stuff, and we're tracking where the email address is used on social media. And we're coming up with a profile, and what we're doing is we're taking all your contacts and we're going to score them. Over on the right here, anybody above an 80 will be in pink. Anybody above 80, you should be in closer contact with because there's something going on in their lives, right? I'm not going to tell you that Mrs. Jones is pregnant. I'm going to tell you that the score that we give Mrs. Jones is reflective of all that data, okay? So you're going to get intelligence on what's going on inside of your database, unlike any other program out there. There's nothing like this. So what we're doing is we're giving you the first 100 contacts for free. If you end up with maybe 500 contacts, it might charge you 30, 40 bucks a month for the service, but you're only going to want to pay that if I prove to you that the first 100 work, okay? You don't have to do this. This is optional, but all the agents that are joining in the last month since we launched this love the fact that they can get 100 free contacts, 100 free scores, if you will. And in those 100 scores, there'll be 3 or 4 or 5 people in the pink. Those are people you need to stay in closer contact with. So wrap it all up with the HomeActions, and we're like, hey, you need to buy this thing because no one else is going to do all this for you. So we have 2 ways to subscribe to the program, Sandor. There's a monthly plan and there's a quarterly plan. The monthly plan has a $99 setup fee, and then you pay $65 for the first month, $65 every month until you want to quit. Walk away at any time, no contract, take your database with you. In the first month, if you quit, I give you your money back. Okay, so you have to, before we take any more money out of your pocket, or you give us any more money, you have to be happy with what we sold you the first month. At the end of the first month, you can move to the quarterly plan if you want and save some more money. There is no setup fee on the quarterly plan, and it's $170 every 3 months. Cancel at any time. In month 10, you want to cancel, you just walk away. We don't bill you anymore. That happens, not often, but it happens because the agent every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday morning, which are when we send most of these, the agent doesn't have to do anything. It could run on autopilot. But if you want us to bring in your listings, you're just sold, testimonials, open houses, virtual tours, whatever you have, we'll take them, we'll be your publisher, and we'll burn them right into your newsletter. Okay? So this is the easiest way to get, or the least expensive way to get in the game. It's good for 3 months, $170. At the end of the first month, you say to yourself, it doesn't work. It's not working. No one's getting back to me. No one's opening anything, whatever. That doesn't happen. But again, you could use that as an excuse. Leave, we'll give you your money back, and we'll give you your database back. Okay, so you have to be happy before you pay any more than $164 or $170. The $164 is good for, remember, a month. $99 setup and $65 for the monthly fee. But if smarter money goes to this one, $170 every 3 months. So this comes out to $170 is $340, so that's $680 versus about $840. So this is the best economical plan, okay? This plan gets your whistle wet, but you have to pay that setup fee, cancel at any time. This one, same principle, pay us a little bit, good for 3 months, cancel at any time. So let's have some questions, Sandor, about the program, maybe the lead scoring. I went over too fast for you.
No,
There's
no,
nobody
you
in
went,
Miami.
you went right. You went, you went at a good speed.
Pardon me?
You went at a good speed. You have a very clear voice, and I follow you.
Thank you. I'm pretty, as I said, I've been doing this for 19 years ago, we didn't have Zoom. We had a telephone, right? I mean, last year I'd be flying everywhere to meet all these people, but now we're doing them all online. So what we want to do is prepare you for any tools you're going to get from your broker down the road. Are you using any kind of CRM, Sandor?
Actually, I have like 2 of them already, and I'm beginning to incline to one that, as a matter of fact, I didn't go to the 4 o'clock training today to be on your presentation. So it's called Agent 3000.
Agent 3000. Okay, I've never heard of it, but that's okay.
Okay, this Agent 3000 is being embraced by our association. You know, Miami Association of Realtors is the largest association in the nation, in maybe.
Oh, so you get it for free?
They have it for free, but I upgrade it to just for $20 a month.
Oh, okay.
A few things more.
Yeah, well, we can, if all your contacts are in there, Sandor, we can go in and export those contacts, and then we could take all of your Home Actions contacts and put them in that CRM for you, Agent 3000.
I'm just beginning to build it. So
oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's smart that you're putting your contacts in a CRM. Okay, how many contacts you think you have, Sandor?
Oh no, right now in Agent 3000, I don't have any, but I have a lot of contacts in Outlook Express and
Outlook Express,
like you said,
okay.
all over.
Do you have a Gmail account?
Yeah, I have a Gmail account.
Okay, well, everybody that ever emailed you in Gmail or you have ever emailed is a contact.
Right.
Right? So, agents are going to have 300-400 right there. So that's what we do is we help you build that database because you may not have time to do it or know how to do it. So we do it for you. Okay, so every 2 weeks, somebody's going to make you look good. If you want to add some content, you can. You don't have to. But we could add up to 5 articles for you. And the 5 articles, let me see. Let me put one up here. Steve wrote that first article, right? So that's his article. So he has 4 more he could use. Okay. Now, during the middle, over the last few months, we have all this daily routine on content from the coronavirus. Okay. The latest Johns Hopkins and all that stuff. And then again, we know what articles people are clicking on because they're interested in that topic. So, Sandor, if I told you that 7 out of 10 families that may not be listing their house because they don't have this one silly number that they can't seem to find, you can find it for them. That's what gets the conversation going. That's what shows your professionalism, because you know what they need. How much is my house worth? Subtract the mortgage, bingo, we got it. Okay, so we want you to get more conversations going, more emails, more back and forth, because that's what builds trust from consumers to agents. Do you understand the power of this one, Sandor?
Yes.
Yeah, having local businesses get promoted, no charge in your newsletter. We'll do all that. I hope you don't think Tom built that page on the right there. We did all that. He just gave us the name of 7 or 8 businesses in his area.
That's a very good idea.
Yeah, and everybody loves PR points, and everybody wants to know what's sold down the street. If that's one thing you could learn from me today, is everybody wants to know what's sold down the street. But I doubt it's on your website. If people are even going to your website. How many hits did you have on your website last night, Sandor?
Websites, I have lead capture pages. Websites are just like business.
Yeah, okay. All right. So we're going to bring more numbers, more people back to that, because we know what they're going to be able to get when they click off your newsletter. Like under Tom's picture here, you see where it says my website, search for homes, my listings?
Yes.
You could have 6 links there to drive people anywhere you want them to. Mm-hmm. Or we just put an article in and drive traffic there. And we tell you who clicked all this stuff. That's the cool part about this, is seeing people engaging with content that you didn't have to write. You have to pay for it, but you didn't have to write it.
That's right.
Okay?
Yeah.
A lot of stats, a lot of reports. Merge all this with the artificial intelligence, and you've got something down there in Florida. Nobody in Florida would have the power of this, right? Because we haven't sold this yet in Florida. And let me go and pull up this. I'm going to see if I can pull up one of these reports here. Hold on a second. We're going to scratch out of there. We're going to go here. Here we go. I think I found one. Where'd it go now? Where the hell is that blue? Mozilla Firefox. Something's gone wacky here, but I'll send you these reports are pretty cool. You want to hand them out at, all right, let me grab this, Control A, Control C. Give me a couple seconds here. That's the wrong one. I don't think it's going to work, Sandor, but I could send you one of these reports, but it's a really in-depth report on any neighborhood around any house anywhere in the country, 150 million locations.
All right. Are you going to send me the recording for today's presentation?
Yeah, I'm recording this right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So I could send you a copy of that?
Yes, I appreciate it.
All right. Do you have any more questions?
No. You answered everything. You gave a very clear presentation.
How do you think the money is? You think it's expensive or worth it?
No, I think you're getting a fair price for the service.
We're pretty close, huh?
Yeah.
All right. You want me to give you a call in a couple of days to see if you have questions, or what do you want to do?
No, send me the recording and send me, if you find that report, send me the report. And
yeah,
let me tell you, I haven't tell you about me, but I've been in this business for 37 years.
37 years.
I'm the manager of the Doral office for One Stop Realty. Okay. And I look into all these things, not only, for my own use, but mostly for people,
Well,
on my
yeah, I
team.
could do a Zoom for you could end up with getting this thing for free if you wanted to, if we get a Zoom meeting going
Yeah.
for your
Yeah,
agents.
that's why I said if you if you send me the recording, I'll run
Yeah.
it through the broker, and his daughter is now in charge of all the marketing and everything.
Okay.
So
Well, that's fair enough then. If you give me a good shot, I appreciate that. And then we could take care of you on the backside.
great. Thank
All
you
right.
very
So I
much,
will
Albert.
send
You've
you the
been most
recording of
kind,
this, and I will send you one of those neighborhood reports. In fact, Sandor, why don't you give me an address? I'll pull up a report in your area down there, and you'll see how cool this is. Give me an address for any property anywhere.
1136 Northwest 136th Court, Miami, Florida 33182.
Okay, look for this report in 2 minutes. It's going to take me about an hour to do the video or the replay, but I'll get that to you with it'll be a YouTube link. All right.
That happens to be my home.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll pull it up. I'll show you. Well, obviously,
And I'm not selling it because I just did a reverse mortgage.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'll send you that. We'll promise you that. We'll talk in a couple days.
Listen, and take good care of my president today over there.
I'll say yes to be nice. Okay.
Well, I ran from communists in Cuba 60 years ago, and I think this is a very important point in the future of this nation.
Yeah. Well, everybody agrees. Yeah. Whether you like him or not, it's important. All right. In fact, Joe Biden was. I'm in Scranton, Pennsylvania, where Joe Biden was born.
Yeah.
So that's it. All right. So we'll talk in a couple days, Sandor. I'll get this stuff to you right now.
Take care of yourself.
All right. Thank you for showing up. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.